Oh, whoa, all the way through the band champions.
And
Jax, Sivir, LeBlanc again, followed by Zed, Janna, and Kalista. First pick, Gragas.
I really like the fact that Gragas is now the first pick and not the Hecarim. From before, I think that's what Giants should have done in the last game. I know it's always easier to sound smart after, but we did talk about how Gragas, if you wanna run that Corki, offers a lot more synergy because he works great in terms of disengaging. The Hecarim does not. So that was a bit of a problem for them, even though we never really got to that point because they fell so far behind. But I like the focus here because once again, you can just do the Shyvana into Hecarim, and that's a good matchup for you. So you don't really mind too much that Werlyb picks it up, even though he has shown he can carry on it. So I like, again, what Reason has been doing between games and how to try to adapt to it. Not saying that a Hecarim won't destroy you if he does get a good start. But
well, we'll see if Reason Gaming can shut him down as hard as last game. But there's the Gragas, and of course you will take the other, which is Hecarim in this scenario. What will be the second pick is going to be Thresh now for Rydle. So throwing that Thresh back and forth, this time going over to Rydle on Giants Gaming this time. And then Reason Gaming, they have the next two picks. Where do they go from here? What type of compositions do they run? Do they revert back to their late game, the double tanks? Do they go for the mid game again?
We would assume Shyvana top is going to come in. They don't have to pick it now if they don't want to. They can go for that bottom lane. What they've been running, we had the Urgot coming in some points. Takefun, whenever he had to blind pick his mid lane, has been the likes of Ahri, so that's already been locked in for him. And very much the same kind of style for Reason Gaming, where you're going to have that scaling jungler, but you have some mid game in your mid lane. They've had different picks like Lulu last game here to secure that one. So they're trying to mix it up quite a bit and have different spikes in the game. So it's not just, oh, it's all pure late game, which is what we saw in game 1, which really didn't work for them.
Yeah, Giants just a little too good at pushing their advantage in the early game. They lock in the Ahri, as you mentioned already, for Takefun. He's pretty strong in that champion. Had a little, well, he's very good in the lane phase. He's very good at getting those advantages, but sometimes just loses concentration and gets caught out late game, which has cost a couple games for them. But it will be the Nautilus locked in for Reason Gaming here. We'll most likely go into the support. One day I wish for a top lane Nautilus, but I don't feel like it's going to be today.
It's played in LPL earlier today.
A man after my own heart.
You're going to have to go watch them after. Obviously, they've been playing while we were playing our series here in Europe. A lot of League of Legends going on around the world all the time. Like every day you come on, there's a new thing going on. The Wildcard tournament is here. There's so many things to watch.
I mean, I know Trace played it, but he lost, so...
Yes, it doesn't count. If it loses, it doesn't count.
If it loses, the game didn't happen.
Okay, it's only if it wins. Fair enough, I'll take it. Nautilus top does have his moments. He's an okay pick, I'll give you that. But Reason Gaming is going to put him on support. I would guarantee you that one for Libik.
For sure. But we're going to have Sejuani locked in for Giants this time. What with the Gragas picked up will be the Sejuani for the other jungler, and then Lucian has also been picked up as well. Saw that in game 1 or 2.
Every game for Adryh.
Fantastic. Oh, every game, yeah.
It's been his AD carry right now with Sivir being banned away. He's gone for Lucian, and again he's done a good job in terms of the laning phase for himself. And we know how Lucian is a great all-around pick. He's not going to outdamage a Jinx in late game, but he's going to be stronger than her in the early stages of the game. So there's always somewhere where Lucian will be impactful. And Sejuani, I really like that. Gragas is the first pick. That means either you go for the early game junglers like Rek'Sai, which hasn't really worked today. Gragas has always been the guy winning. So now we just try and match it with another late game scaling jungler. And I'm a massive Sejuani fan. I think Hecarim, Sejuani together is such a good wombo combo coming in. If they have anything with AoE in the mid lane, I mean, let's just say an Orianna. I'm not expecting PePiiNeRo to play it, but if it was, you have such an insane AoE combo. If you do catch out an Ahri or a Jinx, you just one-shot them.
Well, there is that Jinx coming in for Celaver in the bot lane there, so he does have that late game AD carry, but interesting that he went for the Jinx here over the Tristana, but we'll be able to get those resets and has that big tanky front line to keep him alive. We'll have Takefun as well to blow up a target, get him excited for the passive, and the Sion will be going on to Kubon as well. So what is the final pick from Giants? What will round out their composition, because they have a lot of run at you at the moment.
It's always hard predicting PePiiNeRo's picks because he has such a big champion pool. And even some of the picks he will pull out in LCS might not have practiced enough, but he's still confident enough doing it for himself. So we're going to simply have to see if they want, let's say, a safe mid laner to add to more of a team fighting presence. If they want an assassin, maybe a Twisted Fate has been a pick for him. If he wants more global pressure, there's a lot of different options for him in this mid lane. We've seen this one before. This is typically when they run Sivir and these like hard engage compositions. And because you already have Sejuani Hecarim, that works in really well to dive onto a Jinx. And you can also ignore that big front line as long as you connect your Q onto the back line first. You just dash past them, and then you put all your focus on getting the Jinx down in these fights. It's not going to be a fun game for Celaver in the start. Once it gets fed, and if he has enough protection, however, that's where the pentakills start rolling in.
Yes, indeed, Deficio. And there is a big front line from Reason Gaming to get past, but in terms of going back immediately to the AD carry and trying to peel when there's a Diana already there, it will be a little difficult for them.
Yeah, and it's a very slow scaling comp now for Reason. It's
Yeah.
somewhat what the random game want. They do have Ahri, who does offer some early to mid game pressure, which is good. But the rest here, we know the Sion and the Gragas. We're gonna build full tank here. We take a bit of time. I mean, Sion is one of the top laners who can instantly stack tank items, which is good. But before you really have a massive impact, you need like 2 items where you can start dancing around in the middle of giants here and just start laughing at them when they hit you. Jinx, we know, takes time to scale up. She has great early tower pushing, but in order for you to get there, it's already been quite a day. You need to be able to win your lane, and you're not gonna beat the Lucian and Thresh lane for Reason Gaming here. I wouldn't be surprised to see them swap again, shut down that Hecarim in the lane swap, and also get Jinx away from this early lane.
Well, remember to hop on Twitter once again. We're in our 4th game here with Reason Gaming and Giants. Use RG win or GIA win to get in your votes onto Twitter, and we'll be checking in throughout the game. And we are in our 4th game now with Giants losing the last one. Reason Gaming staying alive in this series. And we'll see if they can carry on the hopes and dreams of getting into LCS.
Yeah, this is much more a Giants composition that we're used to seeing from the LCS, with a lot of engage coming in. PePiiNeRo as well, being able to roam from his lane and try and apply pressure on the side lanes. You can't really do that on a Corki. You don't really offer a whole lot in that sense. Diana is more his kind of champion. And Giants definitely looking to start some fights and try and get to this back line of Reason Gaming, which consists of Jinx.
Indeed. Takefun will be dipping and diving throughout the fight. Werlyb is leading the charge, not quite in range for the hook just yet from Rydle. He would have to burn his flash for it, but Kubon has his own, so it just depends whether they want to burn those.
Yeah, and we can see a difference here for Giants. After realizing that they got caught in that lane swap last time, it didn't expect it. This time around, they've gone into the enemy jungle. They place a few of these deep wards to see if they get any information. That ward, I believe, was placed a bit too close to the tower, so that's going to be cleared out.
Yeah, it's gone.
That's a big mistake from Giants if they wanted information that way. Ward has already disappeared. So they're not really going to see a whole lot except for these 2 wards in the jungle. And I guess they will see if Grump is being started. So at least they know, okay, is there anyone on top side who's doing an early camp so we can see if they're swapping on our Hecarim or not?
Yeah, Giants do have some information, but Adryh is now going into that bot lane. Likewise, Reason Gaming tried to get their own vision and place the ward in the correct place, so they will see Adryh heading into the bot lane here.
Yeah, so they know the bottom side, or what's on the bottom side for Giants. And look, there's a swap going up to the top lane. It's a bit too late for Adryh to recall now as well. So we will get the lane swap from Reason Gaming as expected. Trying to shut down that Hecarim once again, not running Smite. So worst jungle clear for Werlyb, but at least he's prepared now. I think he saw the Nautilus at the ward near the Grump and can now go double jungling and not walk into the lane like it did in Game 3.
PePiiNeRo didn't even clean up after himself in that camp. It will have to be taken up by Werlyb as he goes by. Kubon, of course, going for those Raptors. We'll be able to get that level 2. Glory and death as I kill Raptors. Fantastic. But I'm very interested to see if Reason Gaming can make that iteration from the first game, go for those late game scaling comps. We saw Veggie, of course, giving the pep hook to his team, and whether they can really make that work now, because this is the composition they're going for. Yes, now they have some early game, mid game presence with Takefun. Talking about Takefun, he's getting harassed by Rydle, doesn't land the hook. But can they make it work? Because Giants were able to get that early game advantage and push them out. They need to be more decisive when they're going for objectives. Yes. They can't just pull out of Dragon just because someone happens to be there.
Exactly. That was really one of the big problems for Reason Gaming in the first game that allowed Giants to get such a big lead. And then PePiiNeRo going crazy on LeBlanc. That's obviously been banned ever since in this series here. Frederick is going to try and help Werlyb farm. It's a 2v2 lane, but Gragas is on his way. If they take this fight, it can be the same as in Game 3, because now the Gragas is here.
Nautilus is not very tanky at this stage, but neither is Werlyb. He's dropping low. One more auto attack. He's burning out from the Ignite. He goes down. Frederick as well is dropping low. He goes underneath the turret. First blood goes over to Reason Gaming.
This exact same thing just happened in the game before. Giants feel like they have to go for a fight up in the top lane and not respecting the fact the enemy jungler can't show up and they have zero vision on him. So they lose the fight, give up first blood again. Werlyb blowing the TP will at least get some farm this time around. But look at the difference already, because the Sion in the bottom lane, farming some jungle, using his E to get some minions as well in the lane. While Werlyb is throwing himself into a 2v3, he doesn't even have to take.
Groundhog Day in the promotion tournament here. Werlyb has lost that first kill. We'll see if he loses another couple. Frederick trying to take on the Krugs. He does get the smite down. This is going to be close. He needs to call in help from Rydle. He doesn't quite need it. We'll be able to take the Krug down for the extra HP and mana as he goes back to base. We also have the recall from Libik. He took a fair beating from that last fight. Has managed to go back and pick up the Relic Shield, and the rest of his consumables. Already had Relic Shield. But Werlyb now in top lane with Rydle. We'll have him to support him there. Means Adryh will be alone in the bot lane, and Kubon will stomp his way down. Yeah,
Kubon once again is going to get free farm and XP now with this solo lane for him against only a level 4 Lucian.
Oh,
Celaver though.
He gets the Flame Chompers down, but he's ticking down from the Ignite. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. Last tick will take down Celaver. A 1-to-1 now for Giants Gaming.
Did he not see Rydle walk into the lane?
But he was farming minions with Werlyb, so he must have done.
Okay, in the end though, we must assume Rydle landed a hook there and just pulled in Celaver and secured a very good kill, a very important kill for a guy who's already in a situation where he could have fallen behind in farm. Then suddenly he secures a kill for himself for technically no real reason.
Yeah, and that was a lot of farm that Celaver just lost as well. Yeah. He's now a fair way behind his counterpart.
It's a very big deal.
Yeah, it did go to Libik, but I mean, you want it on Celaver. So he'll be walking back up there. Frederick now on the bottom side of the river. It's not warded. He did take the crab as well. See if we can get anything done onto Kubon. He's level 5 versus the level 3, but Adryh does follow up with the damage. Forces the flash. Got what he came for.
Yeah, got the flash. Rydle now. He caught out. Gragas is pretty far away. Obviously, Nautilus offers a lot of CC, but not going to take down Rydle on his own. So, despite getting the kill top lane for Giants, they're still going to fall behind because the Sion is sitting in a one-on-one lane with an enemy AD carry who's not really that far ahead in terms of XP. I think they're even out, but Adryh will hit level 6 first. Still not enough for him to really bully out the Sion and deny everything, and that's what we see here in the numbers. And this is once again from Giants, being extremely greedy in these swaps here. Go for what they think is a 2v2 fight with the enemy dual lane, and then not realizing, well, the enemy jungler has super high chances nearby. We have zero information on where he is, and he obviously shows up, and everything gets turned around, and that's the first blood. Big wave being pushed in. Once again, Gragas is here, and they want to see if they can deny something, at least from Werlyb. This is risky from Libik.
Yeah, hook lands onto Werlyb, and he will be tanking the tower. Actually, Celaver was the one tanking the turret. He got the auto attack in before the anchor landed. And Xayoo as well, they're looking for the dive once again. Werlyb is low HP, but it's a matter of who's going to be tanking the turret. It's going to be Libik tanking one more. They pick up the first kill onto Werlyb. Celaver dropping low, and he goes down, but he gets executed. No one tagged him. So still a 1-0 over to Reason Gaming. That means the Giants, knowing that the pressure was in top lane, go for that dragon. Can they get anything more from the top lane? No. They're trying to go around this turret, staying away from that barrel. Xayoo will be the one to tank it, though, but Rydle's just going to kill Libik.
Takefun is here now.
Yeah, he takes him out with the play. And Takefun, yeah, with the ultimate takes him out, but get destroyed by Thresh.
Yeah, Rydle just dancing around here. Werlyb did go down, but sadly for Celaver again, he only got an assist, and he lost more minions from it. He's not gaining a whole lot from these ganks up in the top lane. It's Libik getting the gold instead on this Nautilus. Let's see what the tower is on after they had all the minions die to it. So tower is down to about 20% HP top. Bottom lane, Kubon is doing a good job, is holding his own and farming away. So that tower is not even close to going down. And like, this is just an even lane, honestly, for him. It's almost like it's a standard, oh, it's going to be a Lucian top lane. So he's getting all the farm he needs. And while Celaver didn't get kills, at least they keep denying farm from Werlyb, which is what Reason Gaming wants to do.
Yeah, they would also like to get Celaver ahead,
well, I mean,
because he's their late game security, but even so. Bot lane, Adryh taking a fair beating from Kubon.
Kubon has no flash, but he has an ulti.
Has no flash. Oh.
Into the wall, bam.
Hey, he's out of there.
Oh, don't
Adryh, yeah. Cannon minion does a lot of damage. You can't take him on right now. You're in fairly low HP. Just have the flash and heal if he needs to get away from the cannon minion. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, PePiiNeRo does get CC'd up by the dredge line. Takefun doesn't have any mana to really follow the charm and CC. PePiiNeRo has his own Lunar Rush to deal the damage, so they will be backing away here. Libik, despite those 2 kills, is still only level 4, so he's somewhat squishy.
He's been roaming on a little bit, get the early Moby boots, so he can try and impact the map. Celaver now freezing up top, saying, I'm done with this action here. I need farm now, because I'm 30 CS behind the enemy AD carry. Despite me being part of 2 kills, I'm gonna fall behind. The top lane tower is very low, so whenever Recent Gaming wants to end this lane swap, they can just go push it in and then go down to the bottom lane, but there's no dragon at the moment, and the Sign is getting free farm, so they technically don't have to end the swap. Also with Celaver now being in an item disadvantage, if he can farm up for a BF sword before the swap around, he needs about 500 more gold. That's what Recent is waiting for before they take down this tower. You don't want to put down your Jinx now versus BF sword Lucian.
Yeah, he's also freezing the wave really nicely. We'll try to get upset now by Adryh and Rydle, but for now he's just farming away. Xayoo in the mid lane. We'll just make sure that PePiiNeRo goes back to his turret as Takefun comes in. Lots of just movement around the map, not a lot really happening. But in terms of CS, mid lane is definitely ahead. PePiiNeRo is getting the advantage.
And we just talked about how Recent Gaming don't want to end the lane swap, and that's exactly why Giants are now swapping their dual lane to the top side. No dragon is alive. Item advantage for the Lucian, already trading with Celaver poking him down near 60% HP. So Giants simply saying, we know what you're trying to do. We're not going to let you just sit back. We're going to now swap up here. We're going to push his lane and try and deny you more farm. And now Recent Gaming is forced to swap it around again, send the Sion top lane, and then put the Jinx bottom lane. But Giants can keep pushing in waves faster and then swap with them and always look to find him. Celaver does not have enough for BF sword, and he's recalling now. This is really, really bad for him.
Yeah, he has no way to get it either. He can't even go
Adryh's
for
blade. That hurts my heart.
Adryh's blade and boots. Not what he wanted at all. How close was he?
I think he was like 1,300 gold from it. Last time I checked was 1,000. He only got one more wave.
Kubon,
so
he gets hooked. He also gets flayed and boxed, and that's a lot of damage from Adryh with the double tap, and will be coming over with the culling. Rydle actually had enough damage to take him out, and Werlyb will be jumping in from the sidelines. There's another Q. The piercing light gets another kill. There's a 3rd kill, and a 2-for-1 overall. Everyone just collapsing in on the top lane.
Well, you're so strong with your dual lane at the moment, so keep playing around that here for Giants. Kill onto Sign, kill onto Gragas. Meanwhile, the average play Jinx is on the bottom side, but you can take top tower now, swap Lucian back down to the bottom lane, win the 2v2, and then use that to take the 2nd dragon. Giants has a lot of options at the moment for how they want to play it, and it's all going to involve the Lucian being that much stronger than a Jinx. If you're an AD carry, and you're forced to go back and get an average play with your pickaxe, you just feel so useless. Like, even a minion can almost do more damage. That's a lie, but...
Yeah, I get what you mean, Deficio, but that's how you feel as the AD carry. Libik has to flash away here. There's the Moonfall. Libik as well turns around. There's the depth charge from Libik. We'll be able to CC him up, but they already burned the flash and a big ultimate from them. It's good for Giants.
Werlyb should be top
still
side
staying
now.
In the bottom side. And Kubon is just sat up there clearing the minions.
Werlyb has to be top now. You want Adryh down against this Jinx in the bottom lane. Who's mid lane at the moment for Giants? It's the Sejuani having to defend. So right now they're losing 2 lanes instead of them destroying a bottom lane and having PePiiNeRo sit mid.
This is
gonna get a kill.
Dangerous. I mean, he's gonna die in return, but question of who's gonna go to. It has to be Xayoo in this case. Get bonked. And he goes down. 1-for-1. Bottom turret will not be falling today for Giants Gaming, and they lost the middle lane because Takefun will be taking it.
So they really want to get this top tower. And as you said, now they lose mid because they put PePiiNeRo bottom lane. I really don't understand what Giants is doing right now on the map. Instead of just having 2 even lanes and a winning lane, they decide to get 2 losing lanes. PePiiNeRo diving in on Celaver, realizing he's going to get ganked, so he just wants to get a kill. But this is a Diana with no mobility in a long lane and 0 wards. So that's just an easy setup for Recent Gaming. And of course, poor little Celaver has to die again.
Yeah, it's not a good day. Eventually he'll get farmed up. Eventually he'll be relevant, but it's not yet. So 5-5 on the total scoreboard, 500 gold advances to Recent Game, but the first dragon did go over to Giants. It is spawning in right about now.
Yeah, so Giants really wants this top tower before they go down to the bottom lane. Giving time for Jinx. Now they can at least poke it down a little bit more, maybe. Go for a little bit on Kubon again. But this means there's 5 guys, or 4 guys, sorry, from Giants on the bottom side of the map if they do want to start a dragon. They can't really do it, honestly, because Jinx is so weak. But at least they got more time, and they got a mid tower they shouldn't have gotten in the first place because PePiiNeRo was forced to sit bottom lane.
So right now, people have gone back to base, started to pick up their larger damage spikes. In the mid lane, it is Ludens on Takefun again. Great early game item. Like on the opposing side, do have PePiiNeRo going for the Abyssal Scepter. The junglers doing what junglers do, go for those center hulks on those big tanky junglers. Top lane has managed to pick up his home guards, so he's not as far behind as he was last game, but he is still behind Kubon, who is just getting tankier and tankier at this stage. Looking for the Frozen Heart. There you go. Picked up the Frozen Heart and just getting some health now to go with it for the more effective health.
It's definitely been a better early game for Werlyb. Got a few early kills for himself, and they've been always putting him in a safe lane. Tower now down for Adryh, so I guess the reason Giants wanted to do this was just knowing that Reason couldn't start that Baron, the Dragon anyway, with how weak Jinx was, and they could get the top tower down. Still gotta use the window they have with a Lucian being so far ahead of a Jinx.
I'll take fun in the mid lane though. We'll be jumping into PePiiNeRo, looking to land the CC. There's not the charm. There's the Orb Deception. PePiiNeRo just get out. Now,
Vintage.
Frederick does find Libik. There's the ultimate, lands onto 3 people, but the knockback from Xayoo kind of trolls his teammates a little bit, but Frederick has to go back into the fight. There's the Lantern to save him though. In the top side, PePiiNeRo is still chunked from his trade with Takefun. Doesn't mean that Takefun doesn't have his ultimate. Now the Dragon gets started by Reason Gaming, and Giants are trying to potentially get a steal off. There is the Power Rider herself trying to get in range. The hook lands, in fact, and there's the ultimate. The dinner bell rings, and Kubon finds his dinner for himself, takes him out, and now the Dragon is an easy take for Reason.
So Reason Gaming ends up getting the Dragon anyway. Adryh just returned down. He has an Infinity Edge completed. Go find that Jinx. Shoot her in the face over and over, and that's a free bottom lane tower for you. Celaver has to just go back and honestly leave the lane. And Reason got a Dragon they should never have been able to pick up in the first place with how far behind the AD carry was.
Whenever you're in solo queue against the Jinx, just hit Deficio in your head. Just find Jinx and shoot her in the face.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
I've been playing a lot of Jinx in solo queue lately.
Oh, yeah?
I feed so much.
Low mobility.
Yeah, not
Someone
the strongest
gets on top of you, like a
early
Hecarim
stage. And then everyone plays like Graves and everything, and you're like, well, Graves into Lucian, have fun. You're just gonna dash and buckshot you in the face. Or Kalista, that's even worse.
Indeed, especially the Morgana doesn't know how to black shield. But Frederick now in the jungle is taking up his red buff. We'll be smiling that one away. No big objectives to fight over just yet. Let's take a look at the item builds as well. You were talking before about the Infinity Edge being finished by Adryh. Big spike for him. Celaver, he's got his BF sword.
Finally, yeah, and he did not get punished when he was sitting on Pickaxe and Ahri's Blade. He got to just have a free lane, honestly. He died once to PePiiNeRo, I'll give him that. But for the rest of the time, he got to honestly sit back and farm. Now Adryh is down. He still has the item advantage. He needs to use it, so Rydle should join him in this bottom lane. And then you can have Hecarim pushing into the tier 2 tower top while you apply pressure on the bottom side of the map. That's where you invest your ward. That's where your jungler should be. Let the Hecarim just farm, nothing else. Frederick needs to be on bottom side. So there can't be a gank happening from Reason, because that's the only way they can win the bottom lane matchup at the moment is if there's a gank coming. And look at the Gragas. Talking about ganks. They're setting up for one.
Hook lands, and it will be onto Rydle as Adryh sidesteps it, follows up with the staggering blow. He goes down, and that goes over to Celaver. Werlyb, though, with the devastating charge, picks up one, looking for the second onto Celaver. Just needs the rampage, but the flash forward from Adryh will get it. Kubon teleports him from the top lane, get the ultimate down onto the 2 players. And there's the follow-up with the Hecarim, once again looking for another kill onto Xayoo. That's the triple kill, but there's no escape from Takefun, and he'll take him down. That's a 3-for-2 over to Giants, but we might not be over yet as PePiiNeRo is circling from the top side, lands onto 2, the jump over the wall, the Lunar Rush, looking to kill both of these players. Kubon lands a perfect decimating smash underneath the turret. Takefun doesn't quite have the damage, but there's the swing from the Q. Still not enough damage as he heals up slightly with the Pale Cascade. He's still got the shield. The flash forward by Kubon. Takefun finally takes him down. And that was an extended fight, but overall it's a 3-for-3, I believe, for both teams.
It was, even in the very end here for Reason Gaming. We just talked about how the only way they can protect the Jinx and win the 2v2 matchup is if they start ganking it, and they did. There was no response for Giants just yet because Frederick was running on the top side. TP did come in, they got a few kills for it.
Decimating smash onto Rydle though with the Orb of Deception. Both swings land onto Rydle, looking for the last auto attack, does get chained into the turret, and Takefun looks to land another onto Adryh, doesn't quite get it for another 1-on-1, or 1-for-1 on the support.
19 kills, 18 minutes. So look at it again here. Look how Giants is positioned on the map. Rydle and Adryh is alone on this bottom side. The first gang is great. TP comes in from Hecarim. Reason trying to disengage. Get 2 kills, but now you have that problem where the rest of the members from Reason can come down faster and turn around a situation where you technically should have been able to just get a few kills, or maybe taking a tower and nothing else. Takefun comes in. They're having a good game on Ahri so far.
Seen this before though, Deficio. Good game in the early game, the mid game doesn't quite get through it.
We have indeed. So, it's the last dive, flash away. PePiiNeRo doesn't have the damage yet. Building for Nash's Tooth. He's done this before. And then what he wants to do is obviously go split push. If you go Nash's second, you have to be able to split push on it. Otherwise, Hourglass is so much more effective in team fights for him. So that turns into a 1-3-1 setup for Giants with Hecarim one lane, Diana in the other one, and then Adryh sitting in mid lane. But they need these outer turrets down before they do it. And it's taken such a long time with the way they've prioritized having the members on the map. And that's why Recent Gaming is ahead in goal.
Now in the bot lane here, Adryh is ahead of his counterpart. He's ahead in gold of Celaver, but those extra kills have definitely helped him out. Finally got the Infinity Edge. Still has the Average Blade, but that's been ticking for a while now. Has been getting him the extra gold. Has gone for the Berserk Greaves over his
He's matching an item plan.
And he is even. Well, yeah, he's basically even, which is really good for these team fights. Needlessly large rod picked up by Takefun as well. 4-0-1. He's definitely helped them get through the early game, which is what they were really looking for. Now they have those big super tanks, the Xayoo and Kubon. Giants now securing the vision over the dragon area. There's around 60 seconds to go, so now's the time they'll start fighting over vision. Mid lane, Adryh clearing out this with the rest of his team, try and get something done, but it is Kubon coming in from the top lane. He's coming in from the side.
Oh, the Gragas!
Took out that minion.
And the minion.
Yeah.
Showing who's the boss here from Kubon.
Yeah. Sion greater than ranged minion.
Alright, we need PePiiNeRo on the bottom side of the map. He's not going to offer a whole lot in the mid lane. Werlyb looking to trade a little bit. Not the most exciting trade in the world.
No, he's not even scratched the soul furnace. Eventually gets it.
Now let's see what happens around this dragon. Xayoo
getting caught. Very mobile fat man though. He is able to get through the wall with his body slam, but it allows the Giants to get even more vision over the area and more importantly clear it out from Reason Gaming. Again, Frederick does find Xayoo looking for that body slam. It's on another couple of seconds cooldown, trying to find a good way out of this one, but it's not going to happen. 8 seconds to go. He's not going to be around for this dragon, and Giants should be able to pick it up.
Yeah, Giants will get this one now. That's for sure. Mid tower might also be one to focus for them, and I want to see what PePiiNeRo decides to build after this Nash's. I personally, even as a split pusher, I think it's bad as a second item because you don't have enough AP to buff up the damage of it properly. And also, you scale so well from your passive, so flat AP is so effective. Even in a split push where you get all these auto attacks and minions, which then transition into the passive hits in the one-on-ones. Typically, split push, I'll do a third item. Probably do like Abyssal. Could either go Zhonya's out, Death Cap, and then Nautilus for himself. I've seen some players do Morel Nomicon first because they want cooldown reduction in the one-on-ones. But they're different takes. None of them often ends up with Nautilus being the second item though.
Yeah.
But PePiiNeRo definitely looking to beat the split pushing threat with the Hecarim as well. And Reason Gaming doesn't have a whole lot of answers. Sion is not going to be able, well, he's going to be able to stand toe-to-toe and kind of just try and wave clear, but that's about it. Bottom lane, you're going to have to send down that Ahri in the one-on-one. And that's not where you want it to be, because then there's always vision on her, and she has so much pick potential if you play around your wards properly. But you can't do that if you're stuck defending. And that's a problem for Takefun if that does end up happening. Because you always wanted to sit around the enemy jungle where you have a pink ward and someone face take you into a charm, and then you create a pick.
I do wonder how tanky Kubon is up against an AP threat like PePiiNeRo. He does have the Spirit Visage right now, but I'm not sure if it's quite enough. He does have the Tabby, but he is doesn't have the biggest amount of farm in the world, whereas PePiiNeRo, 223.
Yeah. And he will never have the damage.
He
will never have the damage to take down the Diana and force her back with the shield.
Or even the minions.
Coming in. So you got that problem where every single trade will always go in favor of PePiiNeRo, and you can keep pushing waves over and over. And that's obviously not good for Kubon. He's back down towards his middle lane once again. PePiiNeRo's joining the team, and they're engaging.
Flash the engaged, whiffs,
TP
and only gets the slow onto Celaver. The home guard teleport from Werlyb. Who is he going to jump on? It's going to be Celaver, of course. Can they get the peel down? Yes, they can. He'll be jumping away with the Onslaught of Shadows back to his back line. But Libik has dropped, but so has Frederick. That's a more valuable member. PePiiNeRo into the back line, though, takes down Celaver, looking for more into Takefun. And everyone is in full retreat now from Recent Gaming. PePiiNeRo, with one more auto attack, would have bit the dust, but stays alive. A 2-for-1 trade for Giants, but they're all in critical condition. Yeah,
they engaged in here a little bit before the TP even started from Werlyb. Hook onto Xayoo. No, just dashing away once again. Bottom lane tower is open. TP has to be used from Kubon. But this one here, the engage happened. Werlyb TP in a little bit after did still manage to get the 2 for 1 with their very, very strong Lucian at this point.
Yeah, we'll be taking the middle turret down as well, taking one more tower for the Giants team. They are now still only 1 tower behind. They do have a dragon over their opponents of Reason and 1,000 gold advantage all in all. Top lane, the Werlyb is having a much better time on Hecarim. Has the basically his core item build now, has the Frozen Heart as well for the cooldown, for the everything he wants really in that top lane. Mid lane still has the Abyssal Scepter, but has also now picked up his Nash's Tooth.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much scaling he's really get from it. I assume like 30-something AP from the extra AP he's got.
I mean, 60 AP from the Nash's, and the damage every hit is kind of giving him 50 or 36 extra.
Yeah.
So 50, around 50 in total for him. Kubon is he's showing there. Dance around the wall. And then he checks every single bush that way. That's how you face check, by the way.
Yeah, run in at full speed, and anything that's in the bush will run away from you. Perfect. Libik, though, in the mid lane will take a double tap from Adryh. He's doing pretty well himself, 2-0 and 6. Has those 2 big damage items, has the Phantom Dancer, and also the Vamp set. Meanwhile, PePiiNeRo looking for a pick in the jungle, much like he did with LeBlanc. A little less maneuverable, perhaps. Werlyb is going for this engage onto the Celaver and Takefun. He does get the damage down, but now he has to kite away from them. Adryh now comes into the fight. PePiiNeRo swings in from the left-hand side. There's the ultimate. This time it lands onto Celaver. Gets the lockdown. Kubon over the wall, though, in with the peel. But the AD carry is already dead from Reason Gaming. Now they have to try and get away. Takefun is getting destroyed by Adryh. Is able to get away, though. Doesn't quite have the damage to finish him off. Hits him with the Permafrost, but it's still not enough damage. And Frederick is playing with fire because he can easily take him out. Meanwhile, Adryh trading up against Kubon in the bottom lane. Less of a trade, but more of a Kubon running away. The flay back into the team. Should be enough damage here. PePiiNeRo trying to land the last bit of damage. Not quite enough as the Soul Furnace comes up. But Hecarim takes the middle turret. He was just pushing me in the meantime. And
Giants really want to keep fighting in the mid game. They're so strong with Adryh. And this Jinx, there's just not enough protection for at the moment. Whenever the flank comes in, you just see Celaver being caught out. And as we said, he's going to be the target every single time. Like, he's the backline for Reason Gaming. He's going to be the main damage source when we go late. Now, Takefun does have still a lot for himself. But if you just target out one of them, one of the damage dealers in a double tank setup, then you always win the fights. And which one is easiest to get? The Ahri jumping around or the Jinx just standing in the middle saying, I'm pretty lost here. I was about to say something really wrong. We passed that. That was last year.
Yes. Adryh in the mid lane, though. Oh, we're going to see a replay,
yeah,
though.
So look at this. I mean, the problem is you never get to set up your front line to protect the Jinx because Giants is coming from different flanks. PePiiNeRo as well coming down here on the bottom side. So Celaver takes so much damage in the start, and then it's just a good ulti from Frederick onto him, which does kill him in the very end with the Grump buff. So your AD carry is now gone. Takefun is the only real damage dealer left, and that's not enough to win the fight for Reason Gaming, and they simply end up being chased out. Giants are just looking to keep going for these fights here. 1-3-1 split push. Once the minion waves are in control and they're pushing down towards Reason, rotate into that mid lane. If you find the Jinx, jump her, kill her, and then you have multiple options. You can go Baron, you can go Dragon, or you have the minions already pushing in the other lanes, so you can just go catch them, like we saw before with the mid lane here, and you just take it down.
Shoot the Jinx in the face. That's what they need to do.
Or become a horse and run into her. That also works.
On all fours. Flippity-cloppity. Xayoo over the wall, though, does get the barrel down onto the Pyro Rider and the Pyro. The monstrosity of a Pyro, they don't look like that. Meanwhile, Takefun looking for the kill onto PePiiNeRo, but PePiiNeRo's already found Xayoo in the jungle, in his own jungle, trying to ward, and he goes down. That's the jungler out of commission, and it means they will turn their attention now to Baron. It has been crabbed up, has been warded up, so they know they're there, but Kubon's back in the bottom lane. He does have his TP. Can they contest this?
Well, they have to, and I think they're going for it. They have everything ready on the carries here, and now suddenly Giants are kind of caught in the middle. This is a good fight for Reason.
And the follow through by Kubon as well. The smite goes zone over to Frederick, and this is becoming a very messy fight. Adryh drops low. Giants will be dropping down. Werlyb will die as well. PePiiNeRo turns on to Takefun. He flashes away, comes out with a decimating smash, knocks him up. Needs one more ultimate to kill the Ahri, but doesn't quite get it. There comes the double kill, a 4-for-1, but the Baron going over the Giants. Only Frederick has it, though.
Yeah, with just the Gragas dead, Giants still felt like they could go for Baron, so suddenly they were caught in the Baron pit, couldn't get onto the backline of Reason Gaming, took all the damage for it. Also on Ahri, just with all the AoE damage when you're stuck in there. Recent Gaming, this is one of the ways they can get back in the game, and they took it. Giants just feeling maybe a little bit too confident there after that one kill on the Gragas.
Inches away, Teemo's away from that dredge line. Frederick does get hit by the Q and the E, the Riptide, trying to get in range, but it's 3,000 HP, and now he'll just die instead. That Lantern isn't going to help anyone. Werlyb comes in and detonates Libik. The damage from the devastating charge. Kubon, though, does get hooked in by Rydle with the death sentence, but now Takefun's back from base. I mean, what are they going to do here? Rydle and Werlyb have literally negative damage, and Werlyb's just trying to run away. Rydle dies, so will the Hecarim. The horse is down, ladies and gentlemen, and Adryh tries to come into the fight, but he's nowhere close. 18 kills to 17. Giants had the control over this game, but they let it slip.
Yeah, really making it a lot harder for themselves. Let's see the fight before it, Baron. So they have 5 guys standing near it. There's still 4 members alive for reason. Nice ulti from Kubon into the middle of everything. And look at Takefun and all the AoE damage, while Celaver, only Werlyb is jumping towards him, but he can deal with this one now because there's no follow-up. The rest is busy trying to kill that Baron. Rocket just misses. And then PePiiNeRo, he's so close at getting that last kill. Takefun, a lot of damage from him. And then no, deny it, CC him, pull him in. 4 people dead. Yeah. Then 3 more, died at the Dragon. That's a lot of gold being picked up by Recent Gaming suddenly.
8-0-4 Takefun is now. 250 CS. He has not died once this game, Deficio, and he's on 3 items.
Yeah, so Takefun doing really well. Despite the Jinx being there, which is one of the hyper carries late game, it's not like Giants is in a bad spot if it goes late. I mean, you've got double frontline in Hecarim and the Sejuani. Lucian, for me, is still fine ADK related. Frederick, though, dropping low. Yeah,
he gets caught out, but Takefun's gone a little too far forwards. Oh, gets caught out. He goes down. Frederick also gets CC'd by the death charge. And Werlyb takes another couple rockets.
2 people.
The flank
AD
from
carry.
the AD carry. But PePiiNeRo jumps in onto Celaver. The flash forwards, looking for the double tap of the passive. The Light Slinger comes down. He goes out of there. And Xayoo has to flash over the wall. Comes out with the body slam. A 3-for-1 in favor of Giants. And the flank from PePiiNeRo and Adryh of all people.
Yeah, it was just Takefun. It's funny how we've mentioned a few times he can have like a fantastic game and then the focus just like stops at a point. Yeah. Right here, he was caught in the front line under the tower by the Sejuani ulti, and he ended up going down, and then the flank happened from Giants after getting those kills. But as I mentioned before with the late game, the fact that Giants has so many ways of diving onto Jinx almost makes me like Giants late game more. Also, I think Diana is a fantastic late game mage herself, so despite giving up a few kills, it's not like Giants is in a bad spot. Yeah. As long as they can keep the lead they have now, and then they can keep diving onto the Jinx, they should be okay.
I mean, a 7-6 and 5, a 7-3 and 1 Diana and Hecarim is still an AD carry's worst nightmare. You saw it right there, even though Adryh was coming in from the side for the assist. He's now 3 items on that AD carry. Takefun in the mid lane, though, just clearing out these minions. Still, Recent Gaming have pretty good potential to pick someone. We've seen it throughout this game with the hooks, with the charms. PePiiNeRo, though, has found Libik. The damage as well from the Lunar Rush, but he may have gotten caught out here. Will be taking the Lantern, perhaps. Werlyb comes out with a devastating charge. Will sweep up the Nautilus. That's support down for 30 seconds. Looking to chase up. The Cunning lands onto the backside of Takefun. Forces out the Spirit Rush. Werlyb still tries to get in here. Kubon turns around with the slow. That's the Righteous Glory being popped by Frederick, trying to get in range. Will be dashing over the wall of the Arctic Assault. Slows him down with the charm, but lands a great bowler right onto Takefun. And he will go out. 47 seconds on the death timer. They can do some serious damage to the base of Recent Gaming.
Yeah, once again, Giants, they catch out Recent Gaming. So after that little misstep around the Baron, they seem like they've said, okay, so take it easy for a second. Look, what is our next objective here? What can we do to keep getting some kills? And they've been getting them after. No minion waves, though.
Yeah, all being pushed up.
Not exactly a fight you were planning for, so you weren't setting up the waves saying, okay, now we go team fight. It was more Recent Gaming trying to walk in and get a few deep wards down that ended up with Giants getting some kills. So they're going to take what they can get here. Now look at the wave top for Adryh. Bottom lane just been cleared by Werlyb.
Juicy,
Pick
juicy.
Up all the gold. 3k PePiiNeRo, 2.5 for Adryh. Go back, buy whatever you need, go down to this Baron here, set up with a few pink wards around it, get a few wards into the jungle of Reason, and then just take that last crucial team fight where the Jinx has to walk in with the team blindly, have no way of stopping the Hecarim. TP is going to be ready soon as well. Giants right now, the ball is in their court, and they have to be able to use it.
Yeah, they've all gone back to base and picked up a lot of items here. Lichbane, Thornmail, Mikhail's, Locket, Face of the Mountain. That was actually from Libik. But the rest of the items did go onto the team of Giants and the last Whisper. They are so strong right now. 9,000 gold advantage is nothing to sniff at. It's really going to be difficult for Reason Gaming to team fight, especially with Celaver almost always going to go down. Takefun, a lot of this rides on his shoulders, and he can't have those lapses in concentration.
No, and Celaver has no flash for the next fight. Set up this Baron, put Werlyb back in base, and just sit ready, because there are going to be so many wards for him in the jungle of Reason Gaming to TP too. Celaver has no way he can stand. They have to honestly give up this Baron and just try and defend your base. Dragons is not going to matter at this point because it's 2 for 2. It is near impossible for Reason Gaming to go and contest this Baron. But at the same time, if they just give it for free over to Giants, how are they going to stop them from pushing into the base? I mean, you're in such a tough situation. And Celaver at the moment, he just sits there and he thinks to himself, I'm going to die very fast in the next team fight with no flash.
Yeah, Rydle's going to be handing him a death sentence, courtesy of PePiiNeRo and
they get ready in time.
It's another 60 seconds, I think. It's not going to line up with either of the objectives. It's going to take a while. He does have heal, but he really needs that flash and no defensive items. This could be the flank here from Giants Gaming. They're on the front lines. Kubon's going to be trying to do all the disruption he can. No home guard play in from the Hecarim. Riptide did come out as well to keep up the zone. There are 2 elixirs of iron, so that's a very big Gragas and a very big Sion.
You don't need Werlyb right here with your team. Put him back in base, so there's always that TP threat against Reason Gaming. You got the sidelines under control. You had the vision down. It looks like you just want to force a fight anyway without using that home guard.
Yeah, pushing them into a choke point here. Giants Gaming are trying to get a pick onto Kubon. Taking a fair chunk of damage. He will have to flash away from Adryh. Werlyb turns around, takes a decimating smash. Bottom and top are still pushing with the minion waves. Giants just need to push in here. They have zoned them away, taking the vision control as well.
Need a ping in the Baron pit as well. That's so important for them and so simple, and yet they're allowing that ward to stay. They do give Reason Gaming a chance to make a comeback.
He jumps in. Xayoo looking for the smite steal. It does not go over. It will go over to Frederick. Giants do have the advantage of the AP and the AD. Now Frederick jumps into the back lines. And the follow-up from Celaver. He's not dead yet. No one's able to jump on him. Adryh with the culling. PePiiNeRo actually taking apart the front line. Goes into his passive. Now they just need to disengage from him. The shutdown goes on to that Sion. And there is the ultimate coming in from Werlyb. Rather the home guard, the teleport. He already used the ultimate. It took down the rest of the lineup from Reason Gaming. Looking for the last kill onto Libik. He'll be jumping away with the dredge line. But with 30 seconds onto the death timer, this very well could be game.
Pushing in, there's no minions just yet. They're being caught a little bit by a few of the Reason Gaming minions, so I can at least get inhibitor. Let's see what else. I mean, there's so much time left for Giants. All 5 members alive. You got Lichbane, Nash is on your Diana as well, so you can wreck through these towers. Going for it.
Well, 5 seconds left on Takefun. It's going to take a miracle to bring them back into this one. I really just don't think they can do it. The towers are dying too quickly. Giants going on to the Nexus here. It dies so fast. And Giants 3-1 in this series, Deficio. They take it home. They've re-qualified for the LCS.
Very important for the team who said once they qualified to the spring split, our entire goal is to remain and stay in the LCS. They're now re-qualified, 3-1. Looked like the stronger team of the 2, and definitely deserve to keep the spot in the LCS.
Goal achieved. They managed to maintain their spot in the LCS. Reason Gaming, so close. They had that game. The last game was within their grasp, but it wasn't quite enough up against Giants here. And they were not able to play the hand they were dealt.
No, this last game here, Celaver just got shut down so hard in the start. Like, he was playing that hyper carries 3-9 when the game ended. Just really hard for him to do anything. And the Giants guys, of course, being happy.
I'd be happy too.
Now securing the spot. Another split, yeah. Here, the ULCS.
Yeah, and we asked the question at the very start of the series: have they improved more than Reason Gaming throughout the spring split in the LCS? Looks like the answer is yes to that one.
Well, yeah, funny thing is, last time they faced each other, it was very one-sided for Giants.
Yeah, 6-0.
6-0 in total, 2 best out of 5s. Not even close. This one here, the first 2 games looked like, okay, this is just going to be Giants once again. Beating Reason Gaming, not even losing a single one, but Reason came back in the game 3, which was a very good performance from them. Giants just showed, okay, it was one It was a big mistake with the lane swap. This game here, they early warded at level 1 to try and spot what was going on. They saw, okay, it's going to be a swap. We're not going to be surprised. Despite still going up and dying then, at least they knew what was going on. And they adapted a lot better and managed to simply get such a big lead that once again, despite having a few mistakes, in my opinion, where they gave an advantage to Recent Gaming they didn't have to, they still were so far ahead and could keep taking these fights and just win for them. They really shine when they play these very aggressive comps that can dive onto the enemy backline. And when Celaver is just sitting there all alone on a Jinx, like waving at them, there's not a whole lot that's going to stop them from going and killing him every time. And that's what they did in the team fights.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot Celaver by himself could do in that game with a Hecarim.
No, it's impossible as an carry. Like,
no. And especially when you don't have the flash specifically in that final team fight, what could he do? But
and that was kind of the weird thing with the way it was like Nautilus Jinx together. Nautilus is very all in. Support or peel in the terms of if a Sivir is running at you, you like slow it down.
Yeah.
With the E of Nautilus, you don't really stop anyone from diving your AD carry per se, and that's where like Morgana would have been a way better pick. But that's all in the past now. Giants had some very good team fights in this game here. Werlyb got to show that Hecarim, despite having bad games, this series is still a fantastic pick once he gets a decent early game and he can start flanking around these team fights.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much pressure from Reason Gaming on the top lane of Werlyb, and this twice in a row. I mean, the last Hecarim game didn't go so well, but this one, even though he died in the early game, he had enough to work off, and that's what we saw right there. He picked up a bunch of kills in the bottom lane. His teleports were great to bring himself back into the game. Yes, he lost his lane, but he saw those opportunities and he seized them. And heading into the next split, I mean, that's much similar to their performance in Week 9 than it was throughout the rest of the split.
Yeah.
And if they continue their growth like they did over the last month since the LCS, we could have a stronger team on our hands.
It does still seem like a bit of a problem for Giants that they rely very much on like one style to perform really well. And that's where when you play in the LCS and you play every single week, teams figure it out fairly fast. Like what happened in the spring split, if people didn't follow Giants, was Week 1. They came in and said, we have no expectations. We just want to stay in the LCS. Went 2-0.
Yeah.
They got Jax 2 games. Werlyb went crazy on it. And it was like, oh, Giants, they look pretty good. And then already from there, people kind of figured out, okay, how do they play? They banned away the Jax. And Giants just struggled ever since, honestly. Okay, Week 9 was fine for them, but that was about it. So Week 1 and Week 9 were the 2 big weeks for Giants. So they could still have the same problems. We're going to have to see now. They get more time to practice. They have the gaming house set up already from the start.
Yeah, it's very, very nice indeed. So let's head on stage where Pyrotechnics is standing by to